Bleh.
We know that Glenn Danzig is a lot of things, guys. He is a lot of things. He's a musician. He's a singer. He's a songwriter. He plays guitar, bass, drums. He plays the piano. He's a composer. He is a writer. He is a director. He is an actor. He was a record label owner and runner. He's a graphic artist. He's a photographer. And he does illustration. He runs a comic book company. He's an art dealer. For better or for worse, he does it all. It's really kind of weird to think that Glenn Danzig was also a movie critic. That's right. Glenn Danzig, for a period of time in the early 80s, wrote these tiny little movie blurb reviews for Flipside Magazine.
If you don't know what this one is, what the fuck you doing here?
Up next, we have Sudden Impact, Clint Eastwood film. Never thought I'd be reviewing a Clint Eastwood flick, but these aren't reviews. He's not reviewing these films, really. I mean, he kind of is, but he's really just like talking mad shit and then telling you whether you should see it or not. Like talking mad shit, not enough gore, too much, whatever. And see this movie or don't see this movie. It's kind of, these reviews are kind of weak sauce. You know what? They're exactly what you would imagine a Glenn Danzig review would be, actually. Never thought I'd be reviewing a Clint Eastwood flick, but it's actually one of the better films this time out. Kind of predictable, but Eastwood has some good one-liners, and he tracks down a killer whose victims all have their balls shot off. Lots of violence, too. Too bad it wasn't rated R instead of PG. Because you got to think when you're going into the movie theater, you got to make sure that, it's rated R so you can get the goods, I guess. Ill says, Stephen King's Shining was some pretty awful footage. I wanted to splatter that kid in the hallway. Shining's a masterpiece. Again, there are some horror films that you don't need graphic violence to do the trick. Go watch The Battery, man. Go watch. I did a whole thing about The Battery in another. The Battery does so much without showing you a goddamn thing. It allows the theater of the mind to run wild and do all the talking when you don't have the money to help you to do all the talking.